Everything I do so instinctive and so passionate. Every word I move so descriptive like an adjective. I got a vendetta against people who patent it. Being negative when you should be getting after it. I got facts over tracks, and racks, getting smokes, getting gas, I can roast, I can gas, think I'm okay at last, but I don't know if that can erase all the past and the pettiness. A reflection of the emptiness, hilarious. You think you're worth my time, you're delirious, mysterious, because you are behind the fake exterior and barrier. You know I'll always be a bit superior. Get off with me, this ain't no humble brag. I want you to hear words, you can say them back. I want you to feel free from the chains that last. And to believe in what you got, you was built to last. Got it on. Never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no, I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no, I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. Second incompetent, mental health is confidence, dreams and some modestness. That's for you to take away. Forget a million mind things, but instead of say something not illogical, something that is typical. Rub it on and let you go. If you start to stop the bomb, you're irresponsible. But they're irresponsible. If you just believe, you could be so remarkable. Thoughts in my head, collage in his bread. I'll be great one day, going off of my head. So I'm not giving up, no, I'm not giving in. I will make it to the top, taking off and knowing I gotta make it. I'm saving every day to taste it. I'm patient, but my mind it can only take it. I'm chasing a dream that I never separate. Just a vacant, modern kingdom for the taking. I never got anyone's help. I had to do it all myself. I don't ever slow up, no, I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up, no, I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement.
All right, welcome everybody. Hope you're all having a great end of the weekend. We'll do a sound check here first. Let me know if you can hear me okay, if there is a problem with the sound. I want to say hi to everybody. Oh, Justin said hi. Hi, Justin. I'm going to say hi to everybody. Welcome. Happy Sunday evening. I ran really far behind today because, well, one second. Gotta get my keyboard up here because the cats were stepping on it too much, so I had to put it away. Yeah, so I had a late grocery delivery. It didn't even come till 10 o'clock. Just a little bit ago. Some lady in her van delivered my groceries, and thank God she's got air conditioning because it's still like 80 degrees out there. I was supposed to go to the store today, but I just couldn't do it. Well, plus I didn't want to be out there unhooking my trailer and all that stuff and then going to the store. Easier just to order my groceries. So anyway, that was kind of the holdup, and then I had to feed the doggies. So anyway, kind of running behind, but here we are. Finally, huh? All right, I'm going to let's see, I'm going to get into the chat here. Now the cats did something with my remote control. And kittens are a handful, I tell you. But they're so cute. And they have big fat tummies. And I have to deworm them. I just remembered I have to give them all a dewormer because cats and dogs are usually all born with worms. So everybody has to be dewormed. So anyway, I got to do that. I got to get a new bottle of dewormer because mine has expired. And that dewormer works for everything from cats, dogs, all kinds of animals, and humans and horses. Whoever might have worms, it works for. I think it's called something like I don't know what it is. Anyway, it's the kind that the vet uses. So, all right, there I am. All right, I'm here. All right, so oh, hold on a second. Let me get in the chat before I can't read the comments anymore. All right. Well, good evening to Miss January. She comes in first. Welcome. I did put the comments up on the screen because sometimes it doesn't put comments on after my chat. So I put them on nice and big on the screen so people can see. In case people are watching the replay. Excuse me. So good evening to Miss January. Kathleen, good to see you tonight. Hey, hey, hey. My moderator, Grace, good to see you tonight. Yes. And yes, good evening to everybody. Tie-dye Gammy, good to see you. Dear Jane, welcome. And a shout out to Dear Jane. Anyway, Florida Life in the Sun, good to see you tonight. Also known as Florida. Justin Morris, good to see you tonight. Welcome. Hope you're doing well. Let's see. Yes, and hold on a second. So happy birthday to Jane. I hope it's okay that I tell everybody that we want to say happy birthday to you. Let's see, and and we have Italian girl. Good evening to Italian girl, Alicia. I have say it out loud. Good evening, say it out loud. Yes. D, good evening to our old friend D. Welcome. And I be fine. Good evening to good evening to all the night owls. Or as I had earlier, it said night owls. ALLS. I just changed it. Oh, let's see here. I don't want to miss anybody. Italian girl, Florida, Alicia, Kathleen D, Italian girl, January, Grace. I saw a message from Justin down here. Oh, here it is. I hope I didn't miss anybody. Kathy, I had my heart surgery, was in ICU for 3 days, very weak. Please reach out to me. It's very important to clear up with you. I prayed and pray for your contact me, please. Yes, Justin. Actually, Justin, you probably are trying to reach my old email, which I don't use anymore. If you're trying to get the my Mayday email, I don't use that anymore. So yes, Justin. Do you know my email, crazy neighbor email address? Because you could get a hold of me on that email. And yeah, I'll reach out to you. I sure hope that you recover quickly, Justin. And I hope that I don't know what type of heart that you don't even have to say what type of heart surgery, but I hope that it really makes you feel better, because some people can feel just absolutely amazing after heart surgery. Depends on what you had. So anyway, I sure hope that you feel really good soon and have a speedy recovery. And we'll pray for you too, Justin. But yeah, get a hold of me on my or you, if you want, I can. Yeah, it's probably easiest. All right, we can talk, Justin. I love kittens too. They're so cute, and no matter what they do, and they've broken some expensive stuff, you guys. They have cost me some money on this round. These are some really extra rowdy kittens, and they're all rowdy, but these are kind of extra rowdy, and they have broken some expensive stuff of mine. So they're so cute. I can't even get mad at them. You just slapped your pigs too? Yeah, they just ate. They just had their dinner. I was waiting for the delivery for some food. Let's see. I have a dog and kitty sleeping on me right now. Do you really? Sounds like my bedtime. Cat's laying on me, dog's laying next to me. Yes, praying for a speedy recovery for Justin. Good evening, everyone. Hey, not my monkeys. Good evening to you too. Hope you're doing well. Welcome. Let's see. Florida Life in the Sun. Says happy birthday to Jane. Yeah. Justin Morris praying for a speedy recovery. You got this. Yes. Yeah, Justin. I sure hope you get to go home soon and back to your own. I don't even know if you're home yet, but if you are, I'm sure it'll make you feel better. Just being home and on the mend. Oh, dear Jane says, thank you, Kathy. Medicare, here I come. Woohoo! Yes, there are benefits of birthdays because you actually get benefits if you live old enough. If you can live to a certain age, you'll start getting benefits. So it's kind of a celebration. And yeah, I'm at that age too where I'm getting rewarded for being old. Senior discounts for one. Most places start giving senior discounts around 52 to 55, depending on where. So if you're 55 or older, start asking for discounts, man. They add up. I use them every chance I can. I pull my senior card. Like some people pull a racial card. I pull my senior card and get my discounts. You don't even have to have a card. They just take your word for it. I've never had anybody card me. Let's see. Say it out loud says, yeah, everybody's saying, wishing Justin some well wishes and some speedy recoveries. And yeah, we want to see you feeling good, Justin. We want to see you back to healthy. But yeah, sometimes those heart surgeries, people can just like feel so much better because a lot of times it will unblock blockages. Blockages make you really tired and out of breath and stuff. And sometimes they will put stents in and stuff like that. Whittaker's had them too. They had stents put in and they so anyway, a lot of people, it's a much better quality of life after you have heart surgery if you've been having problems, Happy birthday, Jane. I hope it was a knee slapping great one. Yes, me too. We all do. Happy birthday. I love cats, but I did a stupid thing and bought a leather section. And I'm terrified of getting an okay. Yeah, you probably should be because they did a number on my leather sectional. So I have a leather sectional. It was very expensive too. But I got it out of a very high-end home. So I didn't pay for it. But it was very expensive. I can't replace it. And yeah, they started on the corner of the couch. You know what I mean? So there's two types of cats when they do their claw exercises or whatever they claw things. There's horizontal claws and some like the vertical claws. And that the ones that do vertical would go on your furniture and stuff. Some like flat surfaces to claw on, and some like the vertical, the up and down. And unfortunately, mine want the vertical. And so they did a number on the corner of my couch, and I kept like conditioning it with leather, trying to cover it up, and they got so bad that I ordered this sheet of matching leather, uh, and I patched it. You know, I fixed it with the matching leather. That wasn't cheap, and they loved it. They tore that off next. You know what I mean? So, and now I just have given up, and I just have handed over ownership of the couch to the cats, and I never sit on it. I have been in my living room maybe 2, 3 times since I lived here, so they can have it. The dogs sleep on it, and you know, the cats claw the hell out of it. So I have tried. I've given up. They can have it, and like if somebody comes over, I got a very large couch cover for it, so I'll just put the cover over it if I have company, so they don't see that my cats have completely destroyed it. Just in that one corner, though, and the whole rest of the thing's fine. Yeah, I give up. Yeah, yes. Thank you for all the hellos to everybody. Yes, good to see you tonight, Italian girl. And TNT, did I say hi to TNT? I think so. I think you're in here first. I've got 6 baby kittens, 3 weeks old. They're amazing. Oh, you got really 6 baby kittens, 3 weeks old. Oh, 2 more weeks they'll eat solid food, and you have to handle them at 5 weeks old, or they're going to be wild forever. Now the ones I have are just adorable. They're adorable, and they always want to be by me and on my desk and on my shoulder. They're such people kittens. I gotta figure out how homes to get them to or something, because they think they live here. And yeah, I'm gonna try to get them some homes, but it's really hard up here. Cats are like, you know, like rocks. Everybody's got a yard full of them. They're of no value up here. Are these baby kittens and the infamous mom cat and the calendar? No, actually, these are from the sister of the infamous cat calendar record. Yeah, my tortoiseshell that tore up the calendar, she's the one that went missing, and then somebody else took her place and tore it up too, and that is the mother of these cats. So yeah, the mom and the aunt of the kittens tore up the calendar. I mean, they go crazy, and then they were trying to get the calendar off my wall. I'm like, what in the hell is wrong with these cats? Yeah, they were standing on the freezer. So actually, first they got it from the counter. They tried ripping my calendar off the wall. They were biting the corners off. So I went and put it up really high, and they jumped up on my freezer and got the calendar anyway. So I don't know what they have with calendars. They like them more than I do even. So yes, it is that is the calendar wrecker kitten family. A little late here. Justin, hope we get better. Good to see you tonight, Glades. Not too late because we haven't even gone into anything yet. Still saying hi to everybody. Welcome, Glades. Let's see. All right. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't been carded for a long time either, but I did get carded when me and my friend went to the weed store. They card you, and that's just weird. They like you have to check in. Let's see. Which I didn't really like that weed store, to be honest. That's weird. Thank you for the birthday wishes, everyone. Okay, we have earned our senior card. That's right. That's right. I was at the grocery store one time, and I go on Wednesday because they have senior discount. You know what I mean? And it adds up, you guys. It adds up. And the lady ahead of me, it was on a Wednesday, and the lady ahead of me, the girl was checking her out and then tallying up, getting her total. And the lady said, "And remember to give me the old lady discount." And the girl laughed. Anyway, yeah, I haven't been carded in 100 years yet. Me neither. I get carded for cigarettes in 50. Really? Yeah, I think that, yeah, they're kind of weird about cigarettes. I haven't bought them for a long time, but yeah, they're kind of weird. I think there's been too many stings and they're afraid. I sent you my, okay, Justin, thank you. I'll get to you tonight or tomorrow. Promise. Depends on how late I'm on here tonight and how tired I am. Hey, Catwoman, good to see you tonight. Welcome. I trim Ratatouille's front claws when needed. Do ya? Yeah, my dogs always have them ground off from running on the dirt and stuff. I haven't needed to trim them yet, but thank God. Because yeah, my dogs do not do good at the vet. They're not socialized. They know me and that's it. Anybody else? I want another kitten. My last one was Purdy Girl. Really? Well, I wish you could take one of these. They're beautiful. They said, Kathy, these calendars are taking up. Yeah, right. They tried destroying all of them. Like, she's got a calendar problem. They got together. Yeah, let's destroy all the calendars, and then she'll have more time for us. Yes, pass the cheese wheel, please. The 300-pound block of cheese that he has to take back on the airplane. My kitty boy is 3-4 months old and goes wide open, crazy, zoomies too. Yeah, especially at night. They're like gremlins, man. They get crazy after midnight. Let's see. I got this material that has like corduroy that has a special backing that matches the color of my couch where they want to scratch. Works great. It just sticks on. Oh, that's interesting because that's what mine was. Mine was a peel and stick, but it was leather. And it was pretty close color. Looked great for about a week. So they started tearing that off. And I just kind of, I thought the Weed Star was going to be like a head shop, but it was like a bank. Yeah, and by the way, not only the price is sky high, but it's 20% taxes. So if you spend $100, it's $20 tax. I mean, for every $100 you spend, it's $20 tax. And I asked the guy, I said, is there tax? He said, yeah. I said, how much? He said, a lot. And I started laughing. I said, how much is a lot? And he said, 20%. I said, that is a lot. Yeah. And then like you get out to the vehicle and you think, wait a minute. I spent 100. I spent 100. Cause you know, you tip the guy too, right? You tip the bud tender, but yeah, get out to the car. My friend did the same thing. Get out to the car and think, wait a minute. I just paid $100 for a quarter. But it's just like, I don't know what happens in that store, but it gives, I don't know. Seems like a good deal until you leave, and then kind of like the casino. Seems like a good deal until you leave and you get in your car and think, wait a minute, what just happened? Yeah. TNT on the weed stores up in Central is an old bank. Oh, it is? It's literally on top. Yeah, really? Yeah, I'm wearing my calendar hat right now out of kitten destroyed calendars. I put them to good use. You're in Illinois? I'm babysitting my son's two cats. They want to go on the porch so bad right now, but we've got coyotes nearby, and I'm not taking a chance on my. Yeah, right? Because that would be awful to have to tell somebody that their cat was, no longer with us. And you have a rag doll. Oh, I love rag dolls. They're expensive too. Yeah, yeah. Rag dolls are beautiful. Glade, a fox got my last cat. Oh, yeah. The stray cats get taken out by things up here too. Oh God, that's terrible. I'm so sorry. Miss Jan, you're correct. I thought you were in Florida. Bud tenders make great tips. Yeah. 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 You know. I mean, it was fun to go into the store, but I don't know. I don't think I'll be back. Unless I want to like uh have some THC soda pop or something. Stuff I don't even drink anyway. Yeah. All right. Kathy, I love ragdoll kitties. My kitty boy's orange and white long hair, but not a ragdoll. My daughter's looking for a ragdoll. Yeah, they're kind of rare. Some people can want a lot of money for them. I always admired them, but had a domestic short hairs. Having a ragdoll is a game changer. So easy going. Yeah, yeah, they're so cute. Maybe one day my oldest is moving to Florida next summer with his girlfriend. May not move, but have a nice place to visit. Yeah, that would be nice. It would be nice having a relative in Florida. Can't say my cats are doing prison time inside my house. Yeah. Yeah, I'm keeping these kittens inside. I might set up a cage outside, a little corral, and let them touch the grass once, but I'm not letting them go. I have a full breed Siamese and a Maine Coon. Oh, yeah, and a Siamese. Huh. Let's see. That's nice. I'd be fine. And a Maine Coon mix. Yeah, my friend had a Maine Coon in one of her litters one time. It was just kind of an oddball. It's kind of interesting. That's the first time I saw a Maine Coon, actually. She was a rescue, long story. Always loved rag dolls and Maine Coons. Yeah, I got a Maine Coon. In fact, the Maine Coon is so big. I was doing dishes one time and I saw him coming down the road and I thought it was a fox or something. I thought it was like a wild animal. And it turned up my driveway. I'm thinking, oh crap, something's coming up my driveway. And then it got closer. I thought, oh wait, that's my Maine Coon cat. He's huge, really big, and he's a sweetie. Ideal location is U.S. Virgin Islands. I get my smoked old fashioned way off the street. Me too. My guy goes to Michigan to get it, even though it's legal here. Taxes are cheaper to go there. Yeah, the taxes are really high here. Yeah. And you can grow it too if it's legal. You know what I mean? Florida is hotter than the bowels of hell right now. Just walking out the door fried my eyeballs. Yeah. Well, it must be because, you know, we're going to hit 100 degrees in the next couple days. We're up in the 90s and even at 103. And I don't even remember the last time it was 100, over 100 here. It's been a long time. But yeah, so I think I'm going to hunker down. Remember Neil Sedaka's Calendar Girl song? And there was a commercial for cat food back in the day, a parody of his song, but it was Calendar Cat. Oh, I think I remember that. Yeah, they must have paid him for that. I saw Neil Sedaka's last interview before he passed away. Yeah, he's an interesting guy. Temps are just crazy. Yeah, this is crazy here. I can't handle this shop stuff. We always called it Sandusky dirt. You know what? I'm not even sure it was weed because yeah, it was different. Yeah, I told my friend never again, and she said, yeah, it was dumb. So yeah, we're not going back there. Maybe in a few years when there's more competition, maybe they'll have something better. I don't know. Ever hear the theory of Florida is in the biblical Garden of Eden? No. Because in is it Genesis, they tell you where they think it is. the river Euphrates and the river Pison and the river I think there's 4 rivers that they said are there. So according to the Bible, they say there it's It's near those rivers. You're growing your own? Yeah, me too. We can grow 8 plants per every adult, but only 4 can be flowering, so only do 4. That's plenty. You live in Illinois and your government taxes to that, especially on gas. Yeah, that's terrible. Taxes add up, man. Grace, no, I've never heard of that before. Florida is not Eden, and I'm a native. Yeah, no, it's not. It is nice, especially if you go down there. Medical marijuana is the way to go. Um, yeah, I heard it's a lot stronger. I've never tried that, but I've heard like the gummies are really strong. There's some people on YouTube who have medical, so that's the only input I've seen on it. They seem to like it. Yes, our governor taxes us to death. It's terrible. Florida, if you're interested, you can check out the YouTube channel Old World Florida. Now my monkeys, I may try next summer to grow my own. Yeah, you can order seeds online. Seeds are legal. They're not illegal. Seeds are legal anywhere because they're not germinated. So ungerminated seeds, just regular seeds, you can order them in the mail anywhere. Expensive though, expensive. But if you get it does what it's supposed to do, it'll be worth it. Who can afford it? Yeah. Depends, because it's beautiful where I live and I'd never live anywhere else. I'm a 5th generation native. To me, it's Eden. That's nice. Yeah, I know it's humid there. I went there in June. I went there the first week of June one year. We went to a water park called Big Kahuna's. Do you know where Big Kahuna's is? And I went on the water slide. My kids went on. My husband went on. And that thing almost threw me off. I mean, I would have landed out in the freeway if it did. It was scared to death. Never again. Never again. I feel like I almost died at the Big Kahuna's. Because, it almost threw me up over the lip. And like the freeway was underneath. I'm thinking, well, that'd be a hell of a way to go. You can't tolerate this heat. I don't sweat, so I can't regulate body. Oh, that's terrible. Yeah, you're gonna have to stay in the central air, the air conditioning or whatever. Yeah, I'm not going out, man. I mean, I've gone out for little bits every day, maybe 10, 15 minutes tops, and then I have to go back in. It's exhausting. It makes me want to take a nap. Florida, I'm from Miami. It ain't what it used to be. I have a place in Lake Placid, and my mom is in Okeechobee, an hour either direction, and I can hit the saltwater. Huh. Not me, Grace. Same name here. Florida. My son's girlfriend lives in Bradenton. I think it spelled it wrong. All right, I got through all the comments, you guys. Now I'm going to let me just see what my battery's at. Okay, my battery's doing good. So I'm gonna pull up a couple things that I saw today. So first of all, I got an email, I think it was from somebody with something about Eric. And I don't know, I'm not going to say who it is because I don't know, I didn't really get permission to say who it was, but I'll tell you what it says. So it's this article, and it is on 10 different sites, Facebook and some other stuff. Hold on a second. I don't even know what the other sites are. It's too blurry. But it's on 10 different websites right now. And it's talking about Eric Carroll. And it's a July 2026 update. All right. All right, so it says, as of July 2026, as of July 2026, Lawrence Eric Carroll has not been formally charged in connection with the alleged fraud and exploitation scheme involving the Whittaker family, though he remains a subject of the active investigation. So I'm not sure what subject means. We should probably look that up. A subject. And I don't know if that's supposed to mean suspect or subject. The West Virginia State Police launched an investigation into the mishandling of more than $100,000 in donations and merchandise intended for the viral Raleigh County family. The probe identified two primary figures. The probe identified two primary figures. Eric Carroll, a Georgia resident brought in for his knowledge of social media monetization, and John Patrick Rourke. While the investigation continues, prosecutors have focused their initial criminal charges on Rourke, who acted as a family's direct liaison. Rourke was arrested and hit with multiple felony charges, including when I read about Patrick, it says charges. It says charges. But Susan said that he wasn't charged. If I got that right. That's confusing to me about these felony things. But here it says Rourke was arrested and hit with multiple felony charges, including 5 felony counts of financial exploitation of an incapacitated person, 5 felony counts of fraudulent schemes, and 1 felony count of fraudulent use of an access device. So, no. So, I'm just going to go over a couple things on here. As of July 2026, that's right now, has been not formally charged in connection with the alleged fraud and exploitation scheme, including the Whittaker family. Involving the Whittaker family, though he remains a subject of investigation. I don't know if that meant suspect. But this is the first time that I've ever seen it say over $100,000. Because think about this. Over $100,000 has to include Eric. There's no way that Patrick got $100,000. You know what I mean? So that has to include Eric's part of the scheme. And does the scheme make two people? Susan is here. I didn't see Susan. Hold on a second. I gotta get back in the chat because I didn't see. Maybe people come in. Hold on a second. Okay. Everything has been named and renamed. Yeah. In Florida, I'm from Miami. It ain't what it used to be. I have a place in Lake Placid. Okay, where did I leave off? I don't see Susan. Let's see. So, yeah, I'm not sure if I got that right. Not really sure. Let's see. I still don't see Susan. Yeah, I don't know. I don't see Susan. But anyway, I think she said that Patrick hasn't been charged yet, which is interesting. She came in right after you did. Oh, in the beginning? Oh, I can't go back to the top. Anyway, hi, Susan. So if I missed anybody, I just want to say hi, and I didn't mean to miss anybody. And Susan says so. I want to say hi to Susan. Welcome to Susan. I didn't see you. Sorry. You must have been like at the beginning. Okay. Anyway, sorry that I missed you, Susan, and anybody else if I missed you. Just speak up so I can give you a shout out. Anyway, yeah, he better not walk after this. Yeah, I'm thinking the same thing. So it doesn't sound like it, though. It doesn't sound like it. And I don't know if this is supposed to be. I don't know if this is supposed to mean suspect or subject. Yeah, I should probably ask. But anyway, over $100,000. That's over $100,000 is more than Patrick ever got. So that's got to include Eric. And oh, speaking of Eric, hold on a second. I got to show you guys something. So remember, he was in Las Vegas the last several days with his friends at this fight in Las Vegas. I think the guy's name is Connor. And I think Connor broke his leg or something, or jacked his knee up or something. All right, Cool Rock and Loretta says, Patrick's been charged but not dead. Thank you for clearing that up. Thank you, Cool Ridge Rockin'. I'm sorry. Cool Ridge. Cool Rock and Loretta, thank you for that. I appreciate that. So Patrick has been charged but not dead. Okay. I still don't know how that works, but thank you for clearing that up. Okay, so he has been charged. Because I was wondering how there's charges on his court stuff without him being charged, but okay, not indicted. So remember, the next time Raleigh County does indictments is in September, which is, I don't know, 2 more months. So let's check out something here. All right. So we're gonna check out. Speaking of Eric, wait, where is he? Oh, there he is. Okay, speaking of Eric being charged or not charged or whatever, hey, let's look at his post from today, shall we? Oh! Look out! Where is that cat? Yeah, kitty. The cat underneath me. Look out, buddy. All right. Almost rolled over the little cutie there. All right, so Eric's been at this boxing thing or wrestling or whatever he went to, and then today, I don't know if he's got much sleep, you guys. Okay, he's on vacation with his bros, without his wife. Again. But him and Deuce have been, so he put up this video, 1 minute and 43 seconds, talking about this fight that he went to last night, and he had like VIP backstage passes and all this. Now, first question is, Eric, why do you have headphones on? You're making a video. You don't need headphones. You guys, the only time people need headphones pretty much is, especially wireless ones, is if you're trying to hear somebody, if you're interviewing somebody, whatever, so it doesn't reverberate. So I don't know if this is for looks, if this is for show. He's got these headphones on and he's doing this. Anyway, check it out. He's I'm not gonna play a sound, but yeah, I don't think he got much sleep, being partying with his friends. But he's got to show his pictures. Look at all the memories. So yeah, he got these. Somehow he was able to afford all this while at the same time, basically shaming Patrick for spending money on his house. Yet he himself, because remember, Patrick spending money on his house is supposed to implicate him as being more guilty than Eric, because he was shaming Patrick for spending money or whatever, fixing up his house. It should have been the Whittaker's house. But here, Eric, he's not fixing up his house, but he is obviously pissing away a bunch of money on this Las Vegas trip with VIP passes. And as a matter of fact, somebody last night said that the tickets go from, I think it was like $400 up to $3,500. Now, how much do you think the backstage pass and meeting Kelsey Grammer and all that? I bet you got the $3,500 ones. And obviously Mark Douche had to get his $3,500 ticket too. Because I don't think it gets any more expensive than being in the backstage with the with the players. But anyway, if you're looking, to me, his eyes are just black shark eyes, and I mean, no offense, but but yeah, he just looks like he may have stayed up too much, and the expressions on his face are kind of over the top. Yep. Yeah. So I guess now he is a wrestling channel. A wrestling channel. So, you know what? I think he's going to scrap the dad talk. And do you know why? I think he's going to scrap the dad talk because he can't. I think dad talk's over. I mean, he didn't say it was over. He said, the child is over. You know what I mean? Trying to say anything or seeing his daughter, that's over. Whittaker's is over. But I think that I think dad talk is over because this has nothing to do with dad talk. And can he really, after Sarah came out and exposed him for the truth, can he really sit there anymore and pretend that he's fighting for the father's rights when any one of them can now say, Eric, what about your daughter? And not only that, but with the Whittaker fiasco, I think it's ruined his reputation so much that I don't think dad talk is going to work regardless of the daughter. But with the daughter, with that coming out, that he didn't even fight for his own daughter, allegedly, and coming out that the Whittaker and the scamming of the money and stuff, allegedly, and being a suspect in fraud, I don't think Eric can really pull off another fundraiser. Not in that arena. You know what I mean? So I think his days at dad talk, I personally think that they're over. You know what I mean? Yeah. So then I think that's why all of a sudden he's got, he's doing this wrestling stuff and stuff. Now, I don't know who's going to join his channel for the wrestling or what is it? Kickboxing or whatever it is. Fist fighting. I don't know what it is. But yeah, I think it might be yeah. I think his days at dad talk are probably numbered. That's why he's, and who knows what, by the way, who knows if he, he hasn't been cleared. If he does get, charged with anything, then that's really gonna put a wrench in things. So anyway, to me, it feels like he's kind of in limbo right now. You know what I mean? Because he can't really do dad talk. I don't think it would work anymore. Fundraisers, I don't think anybody wants to get involved in that with him anymore. People are tired of hearing his same old story about the Whittakers, so that's not working anymore. So yeah. Yeah, right? Yeah, it's time to get a job. Put the big boy pants on and get a job. I just don't get these people who don't think they should have to work and when they have a family, you know what I mean? So I don't know. I've been getting up to alarm clock since the 1970s with my paper out, you know what I'm saying? So up till a few years back. You know what I mean? So I never want to hear alarm clock again. But so I don't feel sorry for people who have to get up. You think he's on Suboxone, Kathleen? That's what his wife said. His wife said he needs to get off Suboxone, according to Eric's own words. I thought they have so many days to indict you when you're charged. I thought it was 6 months. Is it 6 months? We should probably look that up. There probably might be different in each state, maybe. But why isn't Lecaro charged? I don't know. Well, they do charge the smaller fish first. That's according to articles. Let's see. Hey, Susan, I missed her too. Yeah, I didn't see her. She might have deleted the comment. Patrick's been charged but not indicted. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why he hasn't been charged yet, but and I think he's in limbo right now. Yeah, right. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, Kathleen, I think the charge are far more. Yeah, that's boxing. He's on something. Memories without this woman. His big head is scaring me. Kathleen, look away. Look away. Small doses, okay? Just look, get a glimpse, and then look away. No more than 1001. Just look away. How they have all age tech. Yeah, yes. And in fact, if you look at Eric from 2 years ago, he looks 15 years younger. Yeah, he has aged a lot. And that is probably due to the stress of maybe in some impending problems coming his way. You know, yeah, he has scopes. And I don't know like I said, what's with the headphones? You don't need the headphones on when you're doing a video. I doubt Eric has 100,000 in savings for Whittaker. I know 100%. D. I know he doesn't. I would bet a good wager on that he doesn't have anything in savings for the Whittakers. To be honest. Good news, Eric Ozzy is back on track. Really? He's all in on that. Like Tupac, the deader the better. The longer they're gone, they keep coming up with old songs out of the vault, just like they did with Prince. After Prince died, they had a whole bunch of songs come out of the vault, and all of a sudden he was better than ever. I wear those headphones because I'm hearing impaired. Yeah, well, right, but you're trying to hear something. That's what the headphones are for, is for listening to something. But if you're doing a video, there's really no reason when you're talking. He's not listening to anything. He's doing a video. I always listen to headphones when I listen to videos because I can hear so much better. Why is he so close to the screen? Maybe he's a little amped up. We're gonna pump you up. Yeah, I doubt Eric has 100. Yeah, I don't think so too. I don't think he's really got it. Any special anything for the Whittakers. Remember that one time on Thanksgiving last year when his lawyer was on the way to go pay the Whittakers? Yeah, that never happened. And don't you wonder why he said that? Like, why would he even say that? Why would you come on Thanksgiving, brag about you being with your family and frying a turkey and all that stuff? But then again, because you probably, and people were saying, oh, it must be nice being with your family. I bet the Whittakers wish they were with their family. So he was getting some kickback. So maybe he just, had to say, oh, don't worry, we're taking care of Betty and Larry. My lawyer's cutting him a check right now. Well, and now he said, remember, he said he don't have a lawyer. So what lawyer was talking to Betty and Larry about paying him, Eric? You said you don't have a lawyer. Get your story straight. You need that kind of job? Yeah. Nice. Worked for T-Mobile for years. Say I scheduled tech to go out. That's nice. Yeah. You used to work for Southwestern Bell? My family worked for Northwestern Bell. They call it Ma Bell. For real, Ozzy's going on tour, just like they're holding Val Kilmer to his movie contract. Even though he passed, AI will fill it. Oh, AI, Ozzy is going on tour? Yeah. Okay, so the next subject that we're going to talk about, it's probably people really can't take looking at this anymore. I'm going to ask you guys, who is this? I'm going to pull up a picture. I'm going to ask you guys, who is this guy? Who is that? Does anybody know? Anybody know who that is? Now, if you've been on Facebook, you probably are going to know who that is. Hold on a second. I got your comments up so I can see them. You might know if you've been on Facebook, but yeah, I want to know if you guys can tell who this is. Yeah, you're right, Florida. This is Brian Cody, supposedly, right? Because on Brian Cody's Facebook today, I got hold on a second. I gotta get this guy up. On Brian Cody's Facebook today, there was a message this morning, right? And it got passed around like a doobie, but now it is gone. He took the message down, and I think it's maybe was a little controversial. And so if you look at Brian, now to me it doesn't look like Brian. Maybe he's like got a picture of somebody's. I don't even know. But anyway, so it is Brian's Facebook. Brian Cody's Facebook. So I don't know. His hair used to be light colored, like little Eric's brother. No, it's supposed to be Brian Cody. Now I don't know if he like dyed his hair different color. To me, it doesn't look like Brian, but this is his page. And this morning he had a message up there about Betty and Larry, right? But now it's gone. I mean, unless am I missing it? Here's something from June 16th. So this is a few weeks back. So here's what I remember him looking like. That's what I think he looks like. But his hair is different. I don't know. So here's one from June 10th. So as you can see, today's post is gone. Yeah, so that's what I remember him looking like. But maybe he dyed his hair. I don't even know. Or maybe it's somebody else's picture. Maybe it's a brother or something. I don't know. But anyway, so Brian said today he was talking about Betty and Larry wanting to do videos. Now, the message was a little bit confusing, and I only have the first part. I think there was more to it, but I'll read what he said. Now, and it's a little confusing because it sounds like he's talking about past tense, and then it sounds like he's talking about present tense. So I don't really know, but here's what it said this morning. I'm here to tell you for my first, wait. Let me open it up. I'm here to tell you firsthand experience. They want to be filmed and make money. Maybe Timmy, Ray, and Lorraine didn't know any better, but Betty and Larry call me regularly asking where is the money opportunities. This is what he said about Betty and Larry today. Now, I'll show you. So he's saying that I think that now Betty and Larry are trying to ask him for money making opportunities. Eric's brother? No. Boy. Um, yeah, so I really don't know. I don't know. Gained some weight, but his hair used to be blondish. Now it's like almost black. So now I would think that if Betty and Larry have been seeing, because we've heard, right, through the grapevine, through a leak that shouldn't have come out, but through a leak, we've heard that Betty and Larry have been able to visit. Well, at least Betty. I can't remember about Larry, but they've been able to visit their siblings. They've been able to visit Lorraine and Ray and their nephew Timmy. And so, why would they risk? And would it risk having their visits if they're out trying to do interviews? You know what I mean? Um, okay, and that's a good point. Um, Florida says, "Who the hell would film them now?" Right? Who would go down and film Betty and Larry when somebody's already getting charged with doing that? Right? Maybe two people are getting charged with doing that. Right? So, then anyway, he took it down. He took that post down. It was on there this morning. Now it's gone. In fact, I looked a couple hours ago. It was gone. So I think people maybe slapped back and said, "Hey, what are you talking about? Are you talking about before? Are you talking about now? Because why would they? Yeah, it's just whatever. You know what I mean? Uh, now I don't know. Maybe it won't compromise their visits, but I don't know. I remember at the beginning, adult protection told Betty and Larry not to talk to anybody. Well, that was convenient for adult protection, wasn't it? I would, yeah. Anyway, yeah. So anyway, yep. He better get a job just like every other man. Now we're talking about Eric here. Yeah, he better get a job like every other man. Had no problem getting Sarah pregnant, but walked away with no responsibility. Yeah, what reputation? Yeah, you're right. What reputation did he? You know, any reputation he may have had is, I believe, is gone. Yeah, yeah. Uh, I hope his daughter sues him for old child support when she turns 18. Can you do that? Yeah, I've always had to work too. TNT. No, no. Nobody was stepping up to fundraise for my bills in my house. He must be lazy. Imagine him with a real job. No, I couldn't. And you'd have to watch him like a hawk. You know what I mean? Especially if he's around money, in my opinion. What kind of work did you do? Let's see. Headphones were probably gifted to the Whittaker. Yeah, right. They're supposed to be Timmy's. Yeah, he's a bum. No, he probably doesn't mow his own grass. I just don't see him. It's really being helpful at all. Maybe. Who knows? Mom probably owns it. Yeah. Well, so apparently Eric's got the money to go on these because it's not cheap. I think so. The tickets are probably at least $3,000. They're probably the top shelf $3,500 ones because $3,500 will get you the placard, get you the backstage pass, get you to meet Kelsey Grammer, get you to meet the two fighting guys that he had, the older retired ones. So it looked like him and his buddy there got the full package. So right there, $7,000 for the two of them. That's just the ticket to get in. Then you have to stay at the hotel. You have to have the flight, round trip flight, several days in hotels. The $3,500 each for the backstage pass. You know what I'm saying? So this costs thousands and thousands of dollars for him to be front and center at the at some fight. When it's not like front and center at a dad, rights for dad. Seminar or something, something that might be helpful to other people on his channel. bumming off his parents too, living on the property. Yeah, right. You know how some people just never grow up. You know what I mean? Always their parents are. You know, my parents taught me at a young age. You want something, you work for it. You know what I mean? You have to work for it. I got a paper out at 12 years old, and by 13 years old, at 13 and a half, I had a brand new motorcycle, brand new, and I still have it. It's right in my pole barn right now. I have it. 50 years later, I still have it. You know, I don't know how many years. Yeah, probably about 50 since the 70s, however long that is. Yeah, and yeah, my parents taught me that if I want to do good in life, I better get my ass out there and start working. I did at 12 years old, never stopped till I was retired at 55. You know, so I don't feel sorry for people who make excuses. Boot Boy Brian, yeah, Brian, yeah, maybe he maybe is dyeing his hair. To me, it doesn't look like Brian at all. I don't know. You know, sometimes people put somebody else's picture up, a family member in memoriam or something. I thought they maybe that was it. It was a relative. I don't know. Yeah, he looks really different to me, Miss January. I don't understand why the authorities didn't freeze Eric's account. Yeah, right. And I thought that's the first thing that they did. I thought the first thing that they did in a financial fraud investigation would be freeze the suspect's accounts. No money in, no money out, freeze. And then he's complicated because what we've heard is that Eric put all the Whittaker's money into his dad account, dad talk account. Wow. If he really did do that, that's evil. Hmm. Right. At least until they can prove what money belongs to who, especially with Eric's high spending. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like I said, he lives like a rock star. You know what I mean? And I promise you, wherever in Las Vegas they are, he's staring. Him and Mark Douche are staying they're staying in a Airbnb. No doubt. A big old house, Airbnb. Who knows? Maybe Robert Mass can fly in. You know, bring a chunk of that cheese he might have left over from last year. That must be an old picture of him. Yeah, I don't know. His hair is really dark. Did he not read what was sent out? Oh, wait. By the West Virginia authorities? I don't know. Who the hell would film him now? I don't believe him. Yeah, I don't know if I don't think so either, Miss January. I don't think I believe him either because um he took it down. And I think he got some, pushback on it and he took it down. Why else did he take it down? Perhaps someone talked sense into it. Yeah, I think so. Dirty delete. I think so. I think he got a lot of people, you know. Now, yeah, I could believe it if maybe Kenny wanted an interview or maybe BJ wants an interview or something, but Betty and Larry, he said Betty and Larry. Yeah, I wouldn't touch that with a 10-foot pole because I don't want to be charged next. You know what I mean? But maybe Jason, the other Whittaker, or what's the other one? John, his brother, John. They might get it. Oh, John's still in jail. That's right. He's still in jail from the copper, you guys, from last year. I checked as of a couple months ago. John was still in jail. Remember John, the one with the glasses with no shirt on, and shook Mark Softwhite Underbelly's hand, and he was talking about boxing and stuff. Yeah, he got arrested with that copper last August, and he was still in jail as of a couple months ago. Yeah, still in jail. Crazy. Like I said, that UFC fight Eric says he went to took place in Boston. Really? I thought they were in Las Vegas. Connor? Hey, Jenny, good to see you tonight. That Connor, I think his last name was Connor, and he broke his kneecap or something. Or tore a meniscus or so. I don't know what he got a knee injury. Crap, I bet his wife comes home after working all day. Yeah, and has to cut the grass, right? Yeah, definitely. Well, hey, Susan. Good to see you tonight. Welcome back. There she is. Say, Susan, we thought we saw you earlier. Maybe it was a clone. Just like Brian, I think he's got a replacement. Because we all just want to be big rock stars living in hilltop houses driving 15 cars. Hey, hey, I want to be a rock star. That's right. Hey, hey, must be the money. No, I've been working on my laptop. All right, awesome. I hope that went well. I had a cousin sued by his son in Texas for 18-year child support. My cousin took out a loan to pay him. The boy needed money for college. Wow. Well, he better hope the daughter doesn't come after him if she's able to. I mean, like I said, crying out loud. Look at the stuff he bought for Timmy. You know what I mean? He bought Timmy a phone. He bought Timmy whatever. Mm-hmm. Bought Timmy clothes to go to look good for his adoption interview. Yeah, Conor McGregor and Max Holloway fight. Maybe I thought it was in Boston. Well, he said they're in Las Vegas because he was just in Las Vegas like a month ago, and now he's back-to-back trips. Conor is at the. Oh yeah, that's right. Conor McGregor is still at the Orlando airport. Well, Conor McKay, please come to gate 8. Meet your party. Yeah, Connor's still at the airport in Orlando. I don't even think he made it to the fight. But yeah, I think it was in Las Vegas because, yeah, that's what he was bragging about. Yeah, he's stuck at the airport. He probably wishes he was stuck at the airport because he'd still have a knee. I mean, I think he tore his knee. I think he ripped the tendons or something. Anyway, probably a career-ending injury. I don't know. Didn't sound good. I mean, yeah, I think it was Las Vegas. So. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I doubt. You know, Brian said that Betty and Larry have been constantly asking him for money-making opportunities. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. No, I'm not buying it. I don't believe it. And then he took it down. That's dirty delete. Yeah. And not like an edit or follow-up. All right. Yeah. So anyway, the stupidest grift ever. Yeah. So I don't know. I'd like to know what money if Patrick's if him fixing up his house shows guilt with the Whittakers, then what does spending 10 grand or whatever he spent on this trip had to be 6 grand at least. 35 for the backstage passage. Each him and Douche each. That's 7 grand on 2 tickets. 7,000 between the two of them to get backstage, plus the Airbnb and the flights and all his outback dinners that he likes to have. Mm-hmm. Yeah, my granddaughter babysits, does scorekeeping at the arena, has sold her crocheting at craft shows since she was 12. She starts corn detasseling tomorrow. Puts Eric to shame working at 15. Wow. Yeah. Hey, Tammy, good to see you tonight. Welcome. Yeah, I mean, and it is kind of hard. Some kids are really lazy these days. So the good for your granddaughter because she sounds ambitious and she'll go places. There's a lot of lazy kids and there's a lot of lazy adults now. Man-child. Call him a man-child because he still thinks he's 15 and wants to play video games and have someone else pay the bill and pay the bills and put the food on the table for him. Well, he finishes up on his social media nonsense. Let's see. I've seen it take 12 months before an indictment is handed down. Sometimes all charges aren't accepted. Yeah, I believe that. And I think that maybe that's why they charged so many. I think it was it 5, 10, 11, right? The cats are liking you guys' comments. Yeah, oh guys. Liking those comments. Yeah. Good night, tie dye. Thanks for coming in. Good night. Yeah, so yeah, I don't know. He's not really looking the healthiest. I don't know uh what's going on within him, but yeah, he's not looking real healthy. So should we make that big headed pick the t-shirt saying my pocket? It could. It could. I don't know why his face is right up to the camera like that. He looks a little hyped up maybe from the fight. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, here, get the kitty. Yeah. Get Eric. There you go. Kitty, get Eric. Get him, Kitty. Uh, put this picture. Put this picture on drink tumblers. Definitely get you to stay sober. Looking at yeah. Uh, yeah, yeah, yeah. She's thinking that's a bug. Yeah, you get Eric. Uh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It was Nevada, Las Vegas. I don't know why I said Boston. Yeah. The reason I remember is because he just went to Las Vegas a few weeks ago. I think, wow, and now you got money to go back? I can't remember what they went a few weeks ago for. More nonsense, I bet. But yeah, because I remember and I was talking about that um that it's not cheap to be in Las Vegas anymore. Back in the 90s when I went, it was cheap, really cheap. The flights were cheap, the hotel was cheap, the food was cheap. Now it's all outrageously priced. So yeah, it's not cheap going to Vegas anymore. So yeah, back to back trips to Vegas. Yeah, you must have some good money, huh? The Whittakers aren't having no trips back to back anywhere. My autistic son is 31. He has been working as a custodian since he was 15, makes 20 an hour. I always taught him that having a disability is no excuse for being lazy. Good for you, Alicia. Taught him well. And now minimum wage is up there. I mean, yeah, people can work. Um, you can make good money, you know what I mean? Even like McDonald's and fast food pays good now, 15, 17 bucks an hour. I saw at the store, gas station, I think that was 18 bucks an hour or something. Yeah. And of course, you get raises if you're there a little bit. Yeah, Tumber face Eric. You need a baby kitty? Yeah, they're all cute. Yeah, I'll show you real quick. I don't know if you can see them. There's a couple of them sleeping. I don't know if you can see them. And then you got that one. That's the one that's been attacking Eric. Have you been attacking Eric? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, good for him. And it's so satisfying when they get their check. You know what I mean? You get a check. When your paycheck comes, payday, it's all worth it, you know. Oops, let me turn that off. Yeah. So yeah, anyway. And let's see. And that's kind of all I had to show for follow-ups. Let's see that, that, and that. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much my updates. Yeah, they're really super cute. It's the only thing that saves them. But yeah, yeah, free to good home. If anybody wants one. Backstage? Who's backstage? Did that letter have a state police letterhead? No, I'll show you. I don't know where it was. It's on 10 websites. Here, let me see if I can find it. Hold on a second. Somebody sent it to me and it's on 10 different websites. So let me see if I can find it. Let me see if I can find it. Actually, so somebody that I trust sent it. I mean, hold on a second. Lost my page. Let's see. Lawrence Eric Carroll update, July 2026. Hmm. Hmm. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see if I can pull it up on my laptop. Come on, kid. You got to get out of here. Come on. All right. Yeah. So one of it was on Facebook. One of the sites that was on Facebook. Let's see. Wait. It was under Lawrence Eric Carroll, July 2026 update. Let's see if I can find it. I can read it again if you want. Let's see. YouTubers accused of swiping donations. That's old. Let's see. Pretty much everything's from January, 5 months ago. Let's see. On West Virginia. Here, one of them was this WCHS, which is WCHSTV.com. Eric speaks out. And you know what? I almost think that Eric is running a different channel. I'm pretty sure it's this one here. No, I might be wrong. Yeah. Oh my god, did that say charged? No. Yeah, I don't know. I can't find it. I can show you the article. Well, I did show you the article that somebody sent me. Oh my goodness, look at this. Look at how different he looked. Look at how different he looked. What was this? Not that long ago. Oh, he looks different. Yep. Oh, okay. So the video of Larry stealing gas. Okay. I think that this is, I mean, this channel here is like Eric's words coming straight out of his mouth. He Yeah, look, it's like Eric himself is writing these stories. It's always making Eric look like in a good light. Whittaker's looking bad and you know, shady, and Patrick looking guilty as hell. You know what I mean? And I really don't want to advertise this person's channel, But I'm pretty sure it's either, if it's not Eric, it's a big fan of Eric. All right. But yeah, it's like when you listen to his videos, it's like, whoa, stop it. It's like Eric wrote the script on each one of these videos. And what I'm glad about is that he was getting thousands and thousands of views, but now he's down to 719. Because I think people are catching on that these are very, very biased, very biased. Yeah, it's just like Eric wrote these stories. So yeah, not sure what is going on there. Um, if he's got time for this. And it used to be called something else, and he changed the name of it. Can't remember what it used to be called, but it if I remember right, the original videos were about how inbred the Whittakers were. like each one, each family member that the effects of being inbred, and that's also the channel where I got I'm pretty sure that's where I got the update, the 2026 update in January, which happened to be just days before Patrick got arrested, or the day before, the day after, something. It was right around the time Patrick got arrested that he did an update on the Whittakers, saying things that nobody should know, like saying that Ray had a fungus. Okay, who knows that Ray has a fungus? Maybe if you were at the hospital with him, teaching the nurses how to put lotion on somebody's knee and stuff, maybe you'd know that Ray has a fungus. And then how do you know? And then Betty got cured from her bee sting or something. Her shoe-induced bee sting. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. I think he's so worried about changing the public's opinion. You know what I mean? What they call it, court of public opinion. Yeah. Yeah, I think he's really. It's like he can't stand that people aren't believing him. Yeah. The longest I've seen is 12 months. How far do you live from her? They're buy none, get two free. That's right. Buy none, get two free. That's right. That's the deal I'm handing out right now. They're free 99. Free 99. Oh, hey, Red Frog. Good to see you tonight. Welcome. Anybody else, if I missed you, I want to say hi. Hey, Rachel. Good to see you tonight. Welcome. Kathy, along what? Let's see. Susan, let's see. We know these things because Eric has told us. Yes. 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 And Eric doesn't lie. Yeah. So anyway, I think I missed some comments. I'm going to go back a little bit. But yeah, if you've seen it, let's see. Let's see. Yeah. I don't know. I think I missed some comments here. Adopt one. Yeah, there's 5. Yeah. Well, there's 4 that I'm giving away. I'm keeping the tortoise shell because her name is Shelly because she's a tortoise shell. So I call her Shelly, and I call her Shelly Belly because she wants it. She lays on her back, wants her belly scratched, and so she's Shelly Belly. But the other 4, they're cute as can be. The other 4 are 5 weeks younger. Shell Bell is 5 weeks older than these, but these little kittens here, yeah, there's 4 of them. Each one of them beautiful. Yeah. 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 Anyway, so I think I saw somebody's comment that said that they saw that channel. We need a knee cream application tutorial from Eric. Yes. Maybe he can use a knee cream academy and charge for it, $50 each, like you did with everything else. Susan, do you know how long a case? Yeah, yeah. Okay, I fell asleep during Kathy's last live. Wasn't sure what I missed. I don't know. I don't know. Hard to tell. Talk a little bit about everything. Huh. Yeah. Anyway, I'm sorry if I missed your comments. I'm just gonna go down to the bottom. So yeah. So there's that. It is still hot out, you guys. I can't believe it's hot this late. Usually by now I open my windows and can't do that still. Yeah, kittens are free. Definitely. That was my comment. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they are calendar kitties. Yes, they are. Remember that time where I was trying to keep the cat inside and it was howling and I had her staying in the bathroom so when I left so nobody got to her. Yeah, well she got out during a snowstorm and was gone for like a week. She came back and her ass was whatever. And every animal went and smelled her butt. And I thought, oh hell no, you did not. And yes, she did. She got pregnant, and these are the 4 kittens here. These are the 4 kittens I tried so hard. Will I be selling hats? I could, calendar hats. Yes. I make more than I can wear, so yeah, I could sell some. Yeah, I should sell calendar hats, huh? Calendar clothes. That was my comment. All right. Yeah. Does it count towards continuing ed cred if Eric teaches how to apply cream? Yes. You have to have those CEUs each year. That's one thing I don't miss about nursing is every year you had to get CEUs, continuing education credits. Well, actually they're called continuing education units. And, nurses have to have a certain amount of units each year. But it was kind of fun to get out of work to go do that. But yeah. Yep. I don't miss doing that anymore. Yeah. So, yeah. Anything else? Same with my career. Yeah. Oh, you had to get continuing ed units? Yeah. The work paid for it, you know what I mean? And we just picked out like how many courses it takes to get the units and a certain amount of units minimum. Yep. My friend, who is a retired Air Force colonel, she was also a registered nurse, and she's in her 80s, and she still renews her nursing license every year. And so, why do you do that? I don't even know why. I don't even know what she said, but Anyway, she does every year. She does not let her license lapse. So, not sure why. I don't think she'll be going back to work. Anyway. Well, I still practice even at 60. Do you? Oh, yeah. That's good. Yeah. I mean, x-ray techs are making up to, like, I could be making like $75 an hour if I went back to work, but I don't ever want to hear another alarm clock. And my dogs really wouldn't like it now if I started leaving. I've been a stay-at-home dog mom, since they were born, so they would probably freak out if I left 8 hours a day. You're a licensed massage therapist. Are you really? So is my dad's wife. Yeah, she is too. She's also a licensed massage therapist. Guess you never know if you have to go back to her. Yeah, right. Yeah, she keeps up on everything. 26 years, really. That's nice. So, yeah, you can make, that's pretty good. It's good because, yeah, a lot of times you can make your own hours and stuff if you do that. It's 81 here at midnight. Yeah, it is still hot here too. I know. Must be everywhere. The whole United States probably baking. Yeah. Well, hey Nazarene, good to see you tonight. Welcome. Yeah, we have. There's gonna be 103 in a couple on Tuesday. 103. I remember one that was over 100. I don't remember. So yeah, that's crazy for Minnesota. I finally just let mine lapse because I was not going back to. Yeah, I'm not going back to work. And if I ever did want to, which I don't, but if I ever did, I could just go, you know, renew it. But yeah, I don't think I want to do that. I don't want no ball and chain anymore. Yeah, it was like 50 years or something. I've had about enough. But yeah, I've been working in different capacities, different careers since I had 13. Yeah, I did too. I had different, I had, well, at least 3 different careers. And I have had a lot of side hustles, like driving limousine. Yeah, I had a lot of side hustles besides a regular job. Yep. I loved making money. After all these years of waking up at 5 a.m., who needs alarm clock anymore? I don't ever want to hear alarm clock again. I mean, it's once in a while it's necessary, especially if my friend wants to go to breakfast or something. But yeah, I don't. If I hear alarm clock, it better be something fun. Yeah, Kathleen, do you do Reiki? That's a good question. Well, thank you, Joyce, for the 440 jewels. I appreciate that. Thank you for the gift, Joyce. I appreciate that. Yeah, sometimes I'm barely getting to bed at 5 a.m. I don't want to get back up. CEUs are expensive. They are a tax deduction, at least. Are they? My work always paid for mine. I worked for a big corporation back then. Reiki, yes, Rachel. I am Reiki attuned. Oh, nice. Nice, Kathleen. Nice. Huh. That's cool that you know about that stuff and that you're practicing it. I own a cleaning business after nursing. Yeah. Yeah. Kathleen too. That's awesome. I haven't had it done yet, but really want to. That's cool. I'm an independent contractor. I love it. Yeah, there you go. Yep, you make your own schedule and stuff. That's nice. That's the best, man. Working for yourself. There's ups and downs for working for yourself. You know. Yeah, just it is nice just getting showing up for work and getting your check every other week, but it's also nice working for yourself. It's yeah, there's good and bad in it, but I think there's more good working for yourself if you're successful. Exactly. No one yeah has to pay my dues. Yeah. Or your CEUs. Exactly. No one to pay my CEUs. Well, thank you, TNT. Thank you for that gift. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Uh, sent marshmallow high for 100 jewels. That's very nice. Um, yeah, I don't even know how much they cost. I never had to pay for them. They would just tell me when it's due every year, and I would pick my courses, and I would go. My courses were at the hospital, so I got to get out of work, and sometimes they were after work, but I'd prefer to get out of work and go over there. Sometimes they'd even give you a lunch or dinner or whatever. Yeah, I have a cousin who was a traveling nurse. Yeah, I applied for Red Cross one time, and they would hire me, but they said I had to travel a lot, and my kids were teenagers, and I wanted to work local, but they wanted me to travel. They'd give me a car and travel money and all that stuff, but man, my kids were teenagers. I couldn't do that. Oh no, hell no! I couldn't leave my kids alone for no time. Did you resolve your cell phone? Oh yes, Kathleen, I did. I didn't even have to get a new cell phone. I just fixed this one. Yeah, it's kind of old, but anyway. But before you could just pop the back open and put in a new battery, but now the batteries are sealed in some type of plastic. So if you try to do it yourself, it said you have to have gloves, rubbing alcohol, a, a razor blade. I can't remember. So it sounded too complicated. So yeah, I had my battery fixed. So that way I didn't have to buy a new phone because I don't know. But yeah, actually the same day, Kathleen, that same day, because I wasn't able to get calls or texts. And if my family tries to get a hold of me and they're not getting a hold of me, I don't know, they'll worry. So I had to hurry up and get it fixed. My a lot of my family doesn't do internet or emails, you know what I mean? So it's the only way to get a hold of me. Yeah, I had it fixed the same day, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's from falling asleep with my charger on. I think it fried the battery. Not sure. But they're making everything complicated now, so you can't do it yourself. And if you can try, but you might wreck the phone or whatever, like that's dumb. They even now you even need a tool just to take the back of your phone off. It's dumb. Just like cars, they make it, harder and harder for you to work on your own car. I have a cousin who is a traveling nurse. Yeah, they make good money. In fact, um, my friend Randy, his wife has been but she just travels during the day. She goes house to house to house, and she's a phlebotomist, and she goes to draw blood. So I used to do that. I was a phlebotomist in the clinic for years. But she draws blood, travels around drawing blood, and that's what she does. So anyway, and she's got a good job. I mean, by herself in the car, goes to on her route. Yeah, my cousin is a traveling nursing too. She picks up body parts and transferred them for donation. Oh yeah. Yeah, my grandson had a kidney transplant a few years ago. He got yeah, I was a really good phlebotomist. So even when I got full time into the X-ray, if they had trouble drawing blood, they would come and get me because I was an expert at getting blood. I could get blood out of anybody. And so yeah, even when I was in the X-ray, they would come get me for that. Yeah, I was really good at that. But yeah, my grandson had a kidney transplant. He was getting sick, and he was kind of at 12 years old. He's kind of small. I mean, and everybody else in the family was very tall. And anyway, then he was kind of walking funny on his feet, his shoes, and I don't know, just having some weird health problems. So they brought him to the doctor. They found out my grandson was born with one kidney, and nobody knew. You know what I mean? And they said, "Well, how did we not know he only had one kidney?" And the kidney specialist said, "It's actually common. There's a lot of people who live their whole life with one kidney and never even know it. You won't even know it till the autopsy when you die. But a lot of people live long, healthy lives with only one kidney and don't even know it. And that's why you can donate one of your kidneys and still be okay. But anyway, my grandson was born with only one kidney, and so that kidney was going bad. It was failing. No, I can't call him little Tony anymore. So he got the kidney so he did dialysis for a few years, you know what I mean? And so he was doing dialysis 3 times a week, and his head was he had such bad headaches. He was having a bad reaction from the dialysis. So they said, "All right, we're going to have you in every 3 days. We'll cut it down to every 3 days." So he was doing that every 3 days, and Yeah, it was just terrible, terrible, terrible. And then finally, he came up on the donation list because he had to be on the list for a couple years. And then, um, so when he was like 12 or 13 or 14 or whatever, maybe 14 or something, he got. So they called him one night. So so he gets to the point where he's like about to get a kidney, right? And they said you can be ready, get ready because he's he's getting close on the list of getting a kidney. So then they were ready and everything, and he's doing the dialysis. And one morning they got a phone call like 3 o'clock in the morning or 4 o'clock in the morning, and it was the hospital. And they said, "Can you get down here right away?" Because this is the deal: when they call you for the transplant, you have to drop everything and rush down to the hospital. Because when they get a kidney or whatever, they get a human organ, it goes into like a little playmate cooler and it goes on ice, and it goes usually in a helicopter to get to your or whatever it comes to you from wherever, and you have to be ready. So anyway, um, so my grandson's mother said, "Yeah, we'll be right down." So she woke up the kid, and anyway, they all went down to the hospital, and and then they went into surgery. They did a quick blood work, and they did like a pre-op real quick, and he did his blood work, and he was all good to go. And he ended up getting a kidney, and um, after the kidney, or maybe before, but around the surgery, the hospital told him that you were the third person we called tonight. The first person we called for this kidney, the mom couldn't make it. They couldn't get down there. They couldn't get down here, she said. The second one we called came down, but his blood work was way off, so he couldn't get it. You're the third person we called tonight. So anyway, it was a go. So he went into surgery and he got the new kidney. And then he did really good. He's on anti-rejection meds. He's got to take them, I think, twice a day. He's always got his anti-rejection meds on him. He was real good. But yeah, for a while when he was doing dialysis, he couldn't drink very much water because he loves my well water. He loves this water. And he said he can't drink. He could hardly drink any water because it was too hard on the kidneys or something. And he couldn't eat potatoes. I remember that he couldn't eat potatoes. That was hard on the kidneys and whatever. There's certain foods he couldn't eat. But after the kidney transplant, he did really good. And you can choose like if you want to know who the kidney comes from or not. And they did. They wanted to know who it came from. And it turns out that night that they got called for the kidney transplant, a young man had crashed his motorcycle, and he was in a coma. And so anyway, what they found out is like a few months, I think it was, after the transplant, they got a letter. They got a letter from the mother of the donor. And the mother said, "I just want to tell you a little bit about my son who gave you that kidney." She said, "This is the first and the only time I'm ever going to contact you." And she wanted to tell about her son, how, how special her son was, and that he died in a motorcycle accident, and that you got a kidney. Somebody else got the other kidney. Somebody else got corneas. They parted them out, which I have mixed feelings about that. But I am grateful that he got a kidney. But anyway, so they found out who he was, and he was from, guess where he was from? He was from Texas. He was from Texas. So he crashed his motorcycle in Texas. They brought him to the hospital, probably parted him out, you know what I mean? And that kidney was flown from Texas to Minnesota, and as it was flying over, that's when the first two people didn't make it for the so anyway, and guess what? As soon as he got that kidney, he shot up in height. Now he's really tall. You know what I mean? It's crazy. But yeah, all of a sudden he used to be tiny. And now after that kidney, as soon as he got that kidney, he started growing. And I mean, it's crazy. But anyway, I'm grateful for the young man. But yeah, I agree. My dad always got poked at least 5 times before they get any blood. Yeah, I was really good at it. Yeah, I used to get blood all the time. I learned who to avoid. I bruise easy and aren't as good. Yeah, there's a lot of people are not good at it. When you bleed, when you bruise, it's because the needle goes through the top of the vein and then out the back of the vein, and then they pull the needle out, so you're leaking out the back of the vein. You know what I mean? So yeah, those are people that go all the way through the vein and then come back. That's when you get the bruising, the pooling of the blood, a hematoma. Yeah. Speaking of cars, I don't buy a Kia. I purchased tonight, but really, yeah, I don't know about new cars. I need to buy a car. Um, I'm thinking about getting a Challenger, but I don't know. Don't know. But I'm afraid to buy a new car because they are, for one thing, I don't want payments. I mean, I don't want forever payments, but they just seem really not well built, and they seem like they're always breaking down and expensive to fix. Really, Rachel, had a Sorrento years ago that served me well. Yes, once he got his port in for chemo, they just did it that way. Yeah, the ports. That brings back memories. The ports. Oh yes, that'd be way easier, to say the least. Oh wow, that's good. Yeah, he's happy. Kathy, have you ever told up your story? Kathy, have you ever told up your story? I think it might be meaningful to him, especially considering I became a part of the family. Uh, I'm not sure. You'll have to remind me. What part of it? Yeah, hematoma. Yeah, yeah. So yeah, he's got to take anti-rejection meds for the rest of his life. But hey, he doesn't have to do dialysis, you know. Yeah, thank you, Miss January. Yeah, I should get it. Yeah, yeah. I just don't want to get a brand new. I've never wanted a brand new car, especially now they're all computerized and nobody, you can't fix it anyway. I've heard horror stories, and not only that, but they got like tracking devices on them and stuff. Not that I'm trying to hide where I'm going. I just don't like that idea. You all that. Anyway, I have a Honda HR-V Sport. I love it. Really? Yeah, I've been driving the same trucks for years. Yeah, I haven't made I haven't had a vehicle loan for probably 10 or 15 years. I don't know. Hate to have to get into that again, but oh well. I'm with you on getting a new car. Always buy used. Yeah, yeah, especially a brand new car. That seems like that, that's a lot of money driving off the lot with that. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah. I hardly drive at all, so I go to town and back. I go down to the Twin Cities every once in a while. I don't know. I don't drive very much anymore. I used to drive both vehicles, the wheels off both of them. But now one's been sitting in my garage for about a year. I don't even drive it anymore. I just drive the pickup. I've only put 2,000 miles on in the last, I don't know, year. My truck, yeah, your poor truck frame was rusting out, so you had to get rid of it. Yeah, yeah. There gets a point where, you know, I mean, you can some of those frames you can weld, but when it gets that bad, yeah, you don't need to snap it in half. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I just have two trucks though, and I would really like to have a car. You know, And my insurance is cheap. I can both my trucks are insured, and one's fully insured, and it's so cheap that yeah, I could have a third one without a problem. Yeah. Yep. Anyway, remember up yours popped in to announce his friend had passed from a motorcycle accident. We cried. He had left the bike gang stuff out. Um, that was up yours was his friend. Was up yours the one that told us about our friend that died in the motorcycle? Yeah, that story will make me cry. Yeah, we lost a really close friend. We lost a really close friend that came, and he came onto my channel and his life changed. And yeah, it was such a awesome story. And he wrote me a letter before he died. He wrote me an email saying that that coming on my channel changed his life. Everything changed, and he was having a great life. And he yeah, then somebody come out and notice he took a left turn in front of a truck, him and his friend. The truck came like around the bend out of nowhere and hit him and not his friend, and yeah, he died. Yeah, he was a beautiful soul. That's right. He was in a like um, anyway, I won't even get into it. But he had a huge, his life changed. Yeah, his life really, really changed. I have the email. I can't even read it. I'll start crying. But just thanking me for having him see things differently. And he was in a motorcycle gang, and it was like a satanic cult kind of thing. And he was in another country. I think he was in what country was he in? I think it was in Transylvania. Yeah. Anyway, was he in Transylvania? I can't remember. I can't remember what country he's in. I can't remember. But anyway, he's in a biker gang. And he came in one night when we were doing a Bible study, and he asked, "Is my soul damned if I okay, so in the Bible it says that the only unforgivable sin is to blaspheme the Holy Spirit, which I don't believe at all. Because they say, Jesus said all sins are forgiven, but it does say that the only unforgivable sin is blaspheming the Holy Spirit. So when you join this satanic cult or this club or whatever, they make you blaspheme the Holy Spirit. So that way you think that there's no way coming back, right? And so anyway, he wanted to get out of that really bad, and he came on real late. In fact, I was just getting off. I was and this always happens when I was ready to sign off. The crazy things happen right when I was getting ready to sign off. And one night I was getting ready to sign off. It's probably 2 a.m. But he came in and he said, "Is my soul damned if I blaspheme the Holy Spirit?" And I said, "No, I don't believe that one bit." And we started talking, and anyway, yeah, he was he ended up quitting that motorcycle gang, and they ended up finding him, and they beat the living crap out of that guy. And he had like a torn liver or something. His internal organs were messed up. The guy was like at death's door. They beat him almost to death, that motorcycle gang. That's how you got to get out of it, right? And anyway, he recovered, and he ended up changing his life, and he ended up joining a different motorcycle gang. It was like for Jesus or something. Blood in, blood out. Yeah. So then it was I can't remember. It was he joined just a regular motorcycle gang. I don't know if it was Jesus. I don't remember what it was, but he he got away from that life, that gang life and shit. So he started hanging around. He started, just trying to do everything right, and he just completely turned his life around. And then, yeah, one night I was on here, and somebody came in and told us that he had written me a couple emails, 2 emails actually, one right before he died, and he was thanking me that he would have never gotten out of that lifestyle had he not came in, and anyway, he just thanked me for everything I did for him, and told me the first email he told me about how he got beaten and everything, and then anyway, somebody came in and told us that he said a guy came in and said, my brother, was it up yours? Anyway, somebody came in and said my brother was riding with him, and they were out on a country road or something. And then they went to take a left turn, and a truck came really fast around the corner out of nowhere, and it missed the other guy. It missed his brother, and it took out our friend head on. He was instantly killed. And God, I just started bawling. I had to get off there. Just really sad to think about it. Yeah, we lost a couple good friends. I get choked up if I think about it too much. Yeah. The other night when we were talking about signs from our loved ones, yesterday I went to McDonald's and I used the app, and the code was 2746, which is my mom's 4 digits of her phone number. Oh, yeah, there you go. They will give you signs, and if you ask them for a sign, they'll give it to you. And you can be specific. You can be specific and say, I want to see this particular thing, or I want to see this number, or a picture of this, or I want to see this. And it could be a picture. It could be something on a billboard. It could be something on a receipt. It could be something that comes in the mail. It could be on a flyer. It could be anything. And yeah, if you ask for a sign, you'll get a sign. I'm done. But you have to ask, and you have to ask out loud. I mean, don't just think it. Ask it out loud. Remember, the Bible says, speak things into the universe. Speak it into existence. You speak it. You have to speak it. Words are powerful. But yeah, speak it. Just tell your loved one you want to see a sign from them. I miss you. I want to see a sign from you. Let me know that you're with me. I know I felt like she was with me after. Yeah, exactly. And you'll feel their presence. Absolutely. Absolutely. He had a different avatar name, but yes, it was him. Oh, okay. It was his brother that was with him when he died. Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. Say it out loud. That's really cool. I'm telling you guys, they're with us. If you want them, speak to them. I told you, I know my husband's with me, and I know he is. And once in a while, I just miss him, and I want him to show me that he's still with me. And I know he is. I don't doubt it, but it's fun when he shows me a sign that I cannot dispute. 1,000,000 to 1 odds it would happen, right? So you'll know. And you'll say, wow, how did that happen? Because they can do stuff. They can do all kinds of stuff. Once they cross over, they can do a lot more than they ever could when they're here. I mean, they can help you. They can help you financially. They can help you all kinds of ways. His biker brother, Kathy, not his actual, but oh, okay. It was not his actual, but okay, I get it. I thought it was his brother, but it's his biker brother. Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. I remember now, Grace. Yep. He's the one that came and told us the sad news. Yep. And he stayed. He stayed with us. Sometimes you really don't care about people that you don't know in person, right? Yep. So that's cool. Yeah, I know everybody has usually have somebody they rode together for years. Oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah, that he was such a great guy. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he was such a kind soul. But yeah, so yeah, we got those of us been around a long time. We've been through a lot together, and so yeah, I get choked up if I talk about somebody because I really do love the people that are on my channel. You know what I mean? Yeah. So oh yeah. So anyway, if you want to speak to somebody on the other side, you can. They're not gone forever. Your soul just departs from your body. It's still there. It crosses over the veil. You know what I mean? And but if you want to say, "Hey, mom, I miss you," can you give me a sign and let me know that you're there? You know, you could say anything. Show me whatever, or you can leave it up to them. It's up to you. Um, I think asking for a specific sign is cool. Like when I asked my husband, I said, I miss you today. Can you show me a sign that I have no doubt it's you? Something that there's no way it could not be you. And he did. That was at, I don't know, noon. And by 4 o'clock, he showed me a sign that absolutely it's him. I mean, and sometimes it'll take more time, but sometimes it's less. Sometimes it's right away, sometimes that same day, maybe it's the next day. Just be patient. Might be 2 days, whatever. Um, not long though. You'll get a sign. You know, and if it's a sign like that, or like one day I was missing my dog, and I had him for 18 years, and he just passed away, and I asked him for a sign, and I had like 3 videos that day. 3 videos came up with my dog's name in the title. hmm And to me, that was a sign because yeah. So yeah, you can even ask your pets for a sign. My pets have dimmed the lights. One for yes, two for no. I've done it. We're the ones with the clock, not them. Yeah, yeah. They don't have time over there, you guys. They don't have time. Um, so yeah, and if you ask for money, you got to be specific because you can say, "I really need some money," and then you'll find a dime on the ground. I mean, you got to be specific with certain things because yeah. And I'm just gonna tell you guys, we're not here. Our souls were not put on earth here to try to suffer and scramble to pay bills. All right. That's how a lot of us spend our money is constantly trying to stay above water and pay bills and work our ass off to pay bills. That's not what we're here for, and it doesn't have to be that way. The universe can help you with money. You have to be very specific how much you want and what you need it for. Because if you just say, I really need money, yeah, you might, find a dime on the floor. There's your money, you weren't specific. But but yeah, you just gotta be specific and yeah, know that they're there listening. And sometimes, yeah, it's like putting a phone call out. If I call somebody, maybe they'll answer, maybe they won't, right? So I'll leave a message, right? If they answer, that's great. If they don't, you leave a message. Same with them. Just leave them a message, and if they don't answer right away, leave them a message, and they'll get back to you. Beep. Yeah. So anyway, because especially in the Western culture over here, we 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 have a very not the best outlook on death. You know what I mean? We don't have a good relationship with death. Most people are scared of death. They're scared of other people dying. They have no idea what's going to happen, and they just are scared. So it doesn't have to be that way. Because once you realize that everybody that's crossed over is still around, if you want, the soul never dies. You know what I mean? It departs, but it doesn't die. And when you cross over, you're basically still the same person. You got the same personality. It's you. I mean, it's not like we all turn into these angels that say, holy, 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 all day long, like the Bible says. I did a live stream one night. Um, and the live stream was some people are not going to like heaven. And it's true. There's a lot of people who would not like heaven. Some people would hate to be in heaven, okay? Because according to the Bible, all you do all day is say, holy, 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 and you worship God. You say, holy, 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 and not much else. So, um, and, and it does say in the Bible that a third of the angels rebelled, okay? A third. That's a lot, you guys. Think of that, 33%. A third of the angels rebelled. They didn't even like it up there. And they didn't like heaven, they didn't like God, and they came down to earth and they had sex with women and they had babies. Anyway, they didn't like heaven. I mean, so yeah, you might not even like the Bible version of heaven, but you're gonna love the actual real version of heaven. Yeah. But yeah, once you realize that, and then it kind of puts in perspective that, hey, we're here to walk a path. We're here to learn things. We're here to enrich our soul. We're here to grow. You know what I mean? And we're here for specific things. And it's not to try to struggle with your bills. So yeah, they can help you out with money too. Speaking of caring for people that come on the channel, Toddy was really getting accused of some terrible stuff today on Meth Moth's channel. Meth Mouth's channel. I'm praying for her. The bully is getting out of hand. Yeah. Yeah, they were saying awful slanderous things. Very slanderous things. And yeah, I don't think she deserves that at all. Mainly because she tried to stand up for herself after being accused of all kinds of nasty things, including sexual things. She's been accused of sexual things with children. I mean, come on. Really? And there's not absolutely no evidence of anything. You know, it's not like, oh, well, we brought up all these news articles. Look what happened. No, there's nothing. And that's slander. You know what I mean? It's defamation and slander. And it since if she got an attorney, because since she is making her living on YouTube, that is defamation of character. And if it affects your income, then yeah, that's a really good lawsuit. But yeah, I don't know. Prayers for her because yeah, nobody deserves to be accused of that kind of stuff. Yeah. I am no longer afraid, and I wonder as I age and get closer to the veil if it makes things behind the veil easier to see. So you don't even have to wait till you're older to I guess to contact over the veil. But I know people on their deathbed, definitely the veil is pretty much gone. And they can see right into the other side. You know, the veil is like a curtain, right? So there's like a curtain between us and the heavens, right? And that's called the veil. And like at Halloween time, all right, at Halloween, the veil is super thin. Certain times of the year, it gets thin like a sheer curtain. You know those curtains that are sheer? You can see through them. Yeah, so at Halloween time, I know, and maybe is it also in the spring? But anyway, I know for sure at Halloween time, the veil gets very, very thin, and so that's why you have Samhain, Halloween, and all that, because the veil is really thin, and that's why people have seances and connect to the other side. Because yeah, certain times of the year it's very thin, and it's a lot easier to contact spirits on the other side. I have I became a member of Tati's channel to help support her. The trolls and AD are out of control. Yeah, well, you know, sometime they might, you know, face some legal repercussions from all that because I've seen people go down for a lot less than that. Absolutely slander, and it can be real lawsuit with real papers. That's right. Because not only is it slander, but it's defamation of character. Which, if she's a public figure and she makes her money on YouTube, which she does, and she does, yes, then slander is a real thing. Defamation of character is a real thing. I saw that with my father-in-law before he passed. He had the biggest smiling face. I think he saw us. Yeah, so you'll see it. I've been with people when they passed away, and the first time I saw it was with my mother-in-law, and she died right before my husband, which was good. I'm glad it wasn't the other way around. But when she was dying, she's blind. She's blind, and she saw all of a sudden she looked up and she smiled. She said, "Oh, isn't it beautiful?" And she was talking to her childhood friend from that school from the blind, from the Faribault School from the Blind. She's known her whole life, and she was talking to her because she had passed away. And she said, "Oh, I forgot her name. Isn't it beautiful?" And we were like, "Wow, that's the first time I ever saw that." And then I've seen it since then. Yeah. They'll make up lies and cover each other's lies. It is loud. You know, if you want to live an angry life like that, where you're screaming and you're angry and you're trying to attack people, I'm going to tell you, you're not playing by the universe's rules, and nothing will ever go good for you because the universe doesn't deal with people like that. If you're going to attack people and be angry and have that low vibration and that dark energy and just being evil and stuff, nope, you're not gonna ever. The universe will turn their back on you. They're not helping you when you act like that. You have to play by the rules of the universe, and then things will go good. Listen, when I started playing by the rules of the universe, everything changed. You know, I mean, yeah, you guys, everything changed. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, they're just kind of hurting themselves. They don't realize it. But you're going to bring diseases on yourself. You're going to bring sickness. You're going to bring cancer. You're going to financially, not do well. It's like, you're not going to get any favors from the heavens. Let's put it that way, unless you play by the rules, and you have to let karma play its part, and don't try to intervene and say it out loud. Oh, it's terrible how these jerks are doing Toddy. I can't take it. But she's tough now. But even the tough is hurt. But those people have to live with how they do people, right? And you're right, Rachel. It's just evil what they're doing to her because, nobody's even said what she did wrong. Nobody's saying what she did wrong except try to defend herself. So, like I said, they're hurting themselves. They don't realize it. Once in a while, they might wonder why their life is, not going good. Wonder why you're sick and wonder why, your money doesn't work out and everything else. Because you're not getting any favors from the heavens. And they're not going to give you any favors when you act like that. I promise. Yep. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So if you can give Toddy some support and some love, pray for her because, yeah. Right. Toddy did not have crack in her crack. Didn't crack in her crack. That's right. Yes, because that woman that was berating her the other day has got quite the past. So I don't know how people get off trashing people. There's a lot of people. I know personally people on YouTube that probably should be attacked. I mean, people, there are actual chomos on YouTube, real ones. I mean, Nobody's going after them. There are people who are taking advantage of Christians and lying to them and taking their money. Nobody's going after them. Didn't marry her own brother either. No, she didn't. But yeah, yeah. So what you put out comes back, right? You put out hate, you're going to get hate back. And um, yeah, I just don't understand the rage and the anger and the waving the arms around. Oh, everybody's so angry. It's like, there's enough people here that really should be put in their place. You don't need to take somebody innocent and try to do something with it. Make up stuff. How about going after the real problems? You know what I mean? The real people who are hurting kids instead of just making up stuff. Yeah, now supposedly, there's children involved in sex stuff and like, oh my goodness. If I was her, I would get an attorney, no matter what it costs. Yeah. Yeah. I wouldn't tolerate it. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Nope. But yeah. Anyway, it's just sad. It's like, geez, if you're gonna do that, man, at least pick somebody who's actually done something, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Anyway. So hopefully something good happens with her and Jenny says agree 100%. Only a man child would think of yelling the loudest makes you the smartest. No, dummy, it makes you the loudest. Duh, yeah. Yeah, just because you scream and yell and wave your arms doesn't mean that you're right. And so, yeah, it's just not my style, man. It's not my style. And I'm going to tell you, the universe will bless you in ways you've never even dreamed. And you know what? Don't worry where they're going to get the money. They will help you. All right? You say, well, I got no way to get money. You don't have to. The universe will come up with money for you. You know what I mean? They have ways. Listen, they have ways to getting you money that you wouldn't even dream of. Right? But you got to play by the rules. Otherwise, if you're acting like that, you can have all the money in the world and you're never going to get anywhere. It's going to be taken. It's going to be wasted. It's going to be squandered. You know what I mean? So anyway, if you want life to go good, start treating people the way you want to be treated. That's biblical. That's not only just spiritual, it's biblical. If you believe in the Bible, it tells you basically you're going to get back what you put out. If you put out this stuff back, you're going to get ugly back. You know what I mean? Life's going to treat you like shit. And people don't realize they bring this stuff on themselves. They wonder why their life is shit. You know what I mean? Well, that's why. Because that's what you put out. That's what you get back. I just don't get the anger. I don't. I don't get the anger. I don't, especially just for made up stuff. I mean, I get it. It's manufactured. It's fake outrage and all that. It's for show. You know what I mean? It's obvious. It's for show. It's fake outrage. But that's what gets them the clicks and views. And like I said, you can take in all the money you want, but it's never going to get you anywhere. And the universe will make sure of it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't get involved in that nonsense. Listen, if somebody threatens me, they're going to get pushed back by the police. That's all. Otherwise, yeah. My husband and I have what we call good luck. It may come from living a good. That's right, Joyce. It is. If you live a good life and you treat people well, yeah, all of a sudden it might seem like good luck. Like, wow, look at that. I got a check out of nowhere in the mail. I didn't even know I had that. Right? Yeah. And then, next thing is like, wow, like this house that just fell in my lap. You know what I mean? Um, I got this house half price. It was like a gift from God. And so I was able to buy this house half price. And that was just out of nowhere. And just like one good thing after the next. It's just like, man, good luck and good luck and good luck. And so yeah, even when I get shit on, even if I get shit on, you guys, I still try to keep a good attitude. I don't go after people. I don't revenge. I don't do none of that. I say, okay, I got shit on. I'm going to go forward. I'm not going to change who I am. I'm going to continue to put out good. And then all of a sudden comes back. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, it'll feel like, wow, I'm on a good luck streak, because you'll notice when you start treating people good. Artificial dreamer. Exactly, Kathy. I've never seen that what Toddy did so wrong to anyone on YouTube. Yeah, that's right. That's right, Jenny. She didn't. But they're making up stuff now that I don't know, did sexual things with a child and all kinds of stuff. But like I said, she needs to get a lawyer. I wouldn't tolerate it. I would not tolerate that. Not for a second. Yeah, life is what you make it. Make it great. You'd think they'd be exhausted, all that mouth. But the devil never gets tired. Yeah, rather I have good energy. Life's hard enough. That's right. That's right, Rachel. Yep. Yeah, and it is. It's exhausting to be angry, and it's exhausting. It really is. Makes you tired. I mean, but yeah. And listen, when life throws you a curveball and you get shit on for very unfair, for no reason, it's also all about how you handle that. When you get shit on and this is all unfair, just watch how you handle it. You know what I mean? Don't try to revenge or get back at people. Just say, you know what? I trust the universe. I trust this is, something better down the road. And I'm not going to lash out. I'm not going to try to take things into my own hands. I'm going to let the universe handle it because they are experts, you guys. Yes. Yeah. I've noticed that about you, Kathy. Oh my God, yes, that's awful. I get a lawyer. That's absolutely. But no, I wouldn't tolerate it. Nope. You can get a consult with a lawyer. Usually about $30 for 30 minutes. You can get on a phone and talk to a lawyer, and for $30 you can get 30 minutes. And I'll tell you, if you got a case and how to go forward, and they'll get you an attorney. I really enjoy your channel. I always learn something or get a good laugh, good company chat. Thank you, Rachel. I always try to put out something useful. Those are good words to live by. That's right. Amen, Joyce. Amen. Yeah. Yeah. So I don't know. In a way, it's clout chasing because Toddy's got a name, and then when they attack her, they get a lot of views. And I think that's what it's about. It's like throwing chum into a pond of sharks, you know what I mean? Or a pool of sharks. They just devour it up, you know what I mean? Like savages. And that's good for their business. I mean, it's good for clicks and views. But in the long run, it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you way more than you ever made out of that channel. One way or the other, the universe will make sure of it. Yeah. So I just tried to let people know that always take the high road. All right. And then not only that, you guys, but if you do so for defamation, all that, they don't have a whole bunch of stuff to throw back at you. Like, well, look at you. You went after them and you did this and you called this person a chomo and you made up stories, allegations, and all this stuff. No, you're not going to find that on my channel. I've never doxed anybody. I've never attacked anybody. Um, and when I do cover things like Eric and Patrick, I do try to keep it lighthearted. I don't try to be mean or vicious. I never threaten anybody. I've never threatened anybody. I never would. It's I just wouldn't. Um, yeah, you're right, Grace. They're parasites living off toddy. I've said it for a while now. That's absolutely. It's you know how like the big fish goes and then the little ones are sucking off of the big fish. You'll see pictures in the ocean like that. But like a fish is swimming and there's a bunch of other fish like stuck trying to suck off the big fish, and that's kind of what's going on here. Edie has nothing else, no content. No, it has to be Toddy. He does try to do other things and it fails, so he has to keep going back to Toddy. It's the definition of clout chasing. You find somebody bigger than yourself, and then you try to attach your name to that person. You try to find a big fish and then attach your name to it. And it's nothing wrong with trying to find a subject that's popular that you're interested in, but do it with class. You know what I mean? Nobody has to threaten anybody. Like, grow the hell up. These people need to grow the hell up, you know, and get some thicker skin. I just roasted marshmallows in my chimenea. Oh, you have a chimenea? I sold one of those one time. The guy picked it up and the bottom almost fell out. I'm like, yikes. Because if the clay ones, if you leave them, this one was clay. It wasn't one of them green ones, but this one was clay. And if you have it hot and you use it and it's really hot and then it rains, if the like water droplets get on it, it'll crack. You know what I mean? And the one that I had, I was emptying out a property for the realtor, and they had a chimenea, and I tried to sell it, and the guy came, picked it up, and the bottom came out, started coming out, and I'm like, oh, no, that's fine. And the guy goes, I hope I'm not sorry about buying this thing. And I said, no, you'll be fine. But so hopefully it turned out for him, but I sold it really cheap. But anyway, I thought that'd be interesting. I'd like to get one of those green egg ones, you know, but I don't do that. I barbecue on my Weber grill a lot. That's good enough for me. And I have a big fire pit. So yeah, when I was in the, you know, when I lived closer to a bigger city, it would be nice, but out here I don't need it. Yeah. Good night to you too, Jenny. You guys, I'm going to sign off too, because I've been on here 2.5 hours. I don't want to make this too long. I'm going to sign off. I'm going to do a few chores and stuff like that. And, I can be back tomorrow if you'd like. I'm going to kind of be hunkering down. I'm not used to 90s and 100. I'm just not. I don't know if anybody ever is. But yeah, I'm going to be probably just hanging out, chilling in my home. I'm going to go out probably in the morning to maybe water my plants. I don't know. I just had groceries delivered because I didn't even want to go out and unhook my trailer and go into town and all that. Didn't even want to do it. So yeah. Kind of like in the winter when there's blizzards and stuff, all you can do is stay home, have food brought in, get some the extra chores done or something, work on a project. But yeah. So anyway, yeah, I'll probably wrap it up, say goodnight. Thank you, everyone who gave me a thumbs up. I just saw there's a few thumbs up. Thank you for that. Thank you for the gifts that you give and any kind of support. I always appreciate it. And I, most of all, am always very grateful to see you guys into the chat and saying hello. And I really appreciate the people who watch from the bushes, because I am also someone who watches from the bushes, and almost every chat that I have ever listened to, I'm somebody who never comments. So I appreciate those people. I think the people who don't comment are 99% awesome people. I think there might be a troll or two, but I don't think there's many. I don't. I don't know if the trolls get much out of my channel. Um, you know what I mean? So anyway, I think most people that don't comment are probably good people watching. So anyway, I thank everybody that's in the chat and also just watching. And if you're watching on the replay, thanks for listening on the replay. I appreciate that too. What he did could really hurt someone. That's right. Let's go jump in the. I know. I want to jump in my pond, but there's snapping turtles in that pond, and mud turtles, and something that's making bubbles come up out of the water. So yeah, I don't want to jump in there. My dogs do. My dogs jump in the pond. They love it. But yeah. Yes, and happy birthday once again to our dear Jane. A happy birthday to her. Yep, enjoy your day. For sure, Sarah. Really could. That's right. But yeah, I don't know. We'll see how that works out. So yeah, anyway, again, thanks everyone for coming in. I'll catch you on the flip side. Yeah, good night to you too. Say it out loud. Say it out loud. Says, okay, good night, party people. Good night to you too. Anyway, thanks for coming in, everybody. Peace.